Welcome to Falcon's Ledge. I'm Ostringer, and you are watching an unboxing. I really haven't done any unboxings on this channel, but I thought, I got my VKB Gunfighter Mk.III, so I thought maybe I would do one and see how you guys like them. My dogs are around, so they might make some noise, and we'll just kind of go at this. So got my little teeny knife here. This was shipped from China. It took a couple weeks, I think, for me to receive it. Packaging's pretty good. It's packed identically to the way that my Gladiator Mk.III was. So we'll just get this covering off and reveal our wonderful VKB Sim logo here. All right. We will go ahead and get this thing open and see how it go. All right. So we've got the classic box in a box. And there she is. Look at that. Gunfighter Flight Control System. All right. This got our quick installation guide, which basically explains how to assemble them, because these do come in two parts. So the stick comes separately from the gimbal. We'll set that aside. We've got our user manual with these safety guides, which I'm probably not going to read, but you should read those. Everyone should read those safety. They're very important. Read them or something. This is the base. Nice, sturdy, what appears to be aluminum, I would say. Aluminum base. I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna be using this, because I'm gonna be mounting it to my El Cheapo mounts. This is a bag of parts, and there's a tool included. This is the pad, the hand pad there. And it's got all the extra pieces that you would expect from the premium, because I got the right hand premium stick, the Cosmosema stick. This is springs, some more tools, cams. I think that this one that's right here, the space, I'm going to be using one of the space springs or cams to start with. I'll probably go with the 30-pound springs. Because that's the same poundage that I've got in my Gladiator. I'm going to kind of try to match the feel of the two sticks so that they'll be consistent. And I think it's easier to pick something that works on the Gladiator side and then match it with the Gunfighter rather than vice versa, because the Gladiator may not be able to achieve the same feel as the Gunfighter. This is the cable that goes between the gimbal and the black box. Hey, look at that. That's pretty cool. I didn't get that with my Mk.III. That looks like it's a magnet. Ooh, look at that. Very nice. That feels based exactly like the NXT stick. Same material. Buttons appear to be the same. Now I switch these two around. So this one, you can actually pull them off. The hat switches are a bit harder to pull off, so I switch those because with the analog stick, I think it's got a better feel to have that cup there to hold your thumb in. So that's my preference, and I don't mind the other two where they are. But yeah, we went ahead and switched that off. Pardon me, excuse me. All right, so we've got the stick here. We'll go ahead and move this out of the way. We've got the black box, and we've got the gimbal. We'll take a quick look at all of these. This is the USB cable, and that appears to be everything in the box. So we'll move the box away here, and we will take a look at each one of these things. So we already kind of took a quick look at the stick. So this is all of the contents in the box. Let me take a quick look to make sure that it's framed. It's a little less framed, but that's okay. That's everything. So this is what you get in the box. We will move these things. So this is the parts kit that I mentioned before. That's a lot of different parts, and it gives you some customizability. For example, if you wanted this instead of being a hat with a button, if you just wanted to have a button there, if this is just too much complexity for you, because I do know some people who look at this and say, holy crap, there's too many buttons, there's too much stuff on this stick, I want something a little bit more simple. So you could actually change this over to be just a button, and that's it. There's also the ability, if you don't like this analog stick, if you don't like the feel of it, because it is much looser than these, okay? These have a tactile click when you push them. If you have no need for analog here, then you can swap this out to be a hat, just like these, okay? If you have no need for a secondary trigger, the two-way trigger, you can swap that out to not be there, and there's a cover that you can put over that. So if you do prefer to have the standard, but you still want to have the options of getting the premium, in my opinion, buy the premium. Okay, buy the premium. Don't buy the standard. The difference is negligible, right? In cost. So my recommendation is buy the premium. If you're concerned with having too many buttons, just use this part kit here. Use the part kit to convert this over to the standard until you're used to it. Because in the future, really good chance you're going to want these additional features. And having them available to you is way better than not having them available to you and having to purchase an upgrade or whatever. Just stow this. So we're going to put that to the side. I think most of you have seen a USB cable, so we'll put that to the side also. I'm not going to be using this, like I said, because I'm going to be mounting it. So we'll put that to the side. We don't need this, even though this is really cool. I like this sort of thing. This is a nice touch, VKB. So this black box, they used to be metal, now they're plastic. Looks like a RJ45 connection, USB, and then here's your connections. So this one, as you can see, it's going to connect into here. And this is the brain basically of it. So I'm gonna put this aside as well. All right, let's take a look at the gimbal. That is neat. This is my first foray into really high-end hardware. So this is really cool to me. Oh, that has a neat feel to it. So one of the things that's it's not unique to VKB, okay, but it is a great feature that VKB has, okay, is if you look right inside here, you see the white thing there? That white thing is a clutch. It is a friction clutch. So there's two basic ways to change the feel of a gimbal. First and foremost is the resistance. So resistance is when you press your stick against the axis. The resistance is how much pressure you feel pushing back on your hand when you push the stick over, okay? So that's resistance, and that is provided by the spring and this cam. The feel of the resistance is provided by the cam. The spring is what provides the actual physical resistance, okay? The clutch is something different. The clutch is there for dampening. So one of the things that I like about the Gladiator NXT, and if you give me one moment, I'm going to go and get mine so I can show you. This is the Gladiator NXT, and one of the things I like about it is that when you push it forward and let it go, you see how that smoothly goes back to center? There's no wobbling. Well, that's because of the dampening in the gimbal for the NXT. That dampening is provided by not liquid, but grease, which is a liquid. It's a viscous liquid, right? The dampening is provided by that grease. This doesn't have that. What this has are clutches. The great thing about these clutches is that they're adjustable. So if you want more or less dampening, it's also going to provide you a constant dampening force as you push it. It's going to create a smoother movement. So that is one thing that's neat. And I do think that I would suspect that in the next iteration of Virpil's gimbal, you will see a clutch as well, just because all of their competition now has it. So this is a single clutch or single cam design. So 2 cams for 2 axes. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna put this together. Maybe I'll do a video on that. Maybe I won't. Haven't decided quite yet. Alright, now we're into Star Citizen to get some first impressions. I decided to do some mining because mining is nice and relaxed. I think it's the best way to get a good first impression. The movements tend to be smooth and it helps to get a good feel for it without being frantic about it if you're in a combat situation. So I have it mapped to, on my right hand I've got yaw, pitch, and roll. On my left hand I have my strafe forward and back, strafe left and right, and then on the analog hat I have my strafe up and down. I may cant this left stick 45 degrees, and then I would use my left and right twist as an up and down, or as my strafe up and down, but not today. I set it to that a little earlier. Sorry for the stumble there. I set it to that earlier, and there was something weird about it. I was having a hard time getting used to it at all. When it was a left and right twist. I bet you these are little diamonds. Yep, I don't want those, and I don't want those over there either. Let's go this way. So, let's see if we can find something wonderful to mine. So I push forward on my thumb stick here, to lock into a specific speed. That way I don't have the pilot fatigue of holding the stick forward. I'll be adding my I have an X52 throttle sitting around. I'll be adding that over there to do some of those activities, because I like to have what I call hot sass, hands on throttle, stick and stick. But I wanted to get my first impressions without it. That would already be showing up if it was a rock. Let's check this one over here. Right now my secondary trigger is being used. I push the trigger forward just to do the scan. I may switch that to pulling it, but other than that, it works. So some interesting things here. The stick has a much looser feel to it than the Warthog, but that is still something that's going to get dialed in. Right now I've got 30-pound springs in it. 2%'s getting pretty thin. Let's see if we can find something better. I've got 30-pound springs in it, and I've tightened up the clutches a little bit, but I think that we both need a little bit more resistance, and also we need a little bit more pounds in the spring. I'm thinking I might put 40s on. That would match the left stick a bit. I'm actually considering going down to very loose springs on the forward-backwards axis, and then just having the normal 30-pound springs on the right-left axis. I might even loosen up those a bit, because the left hand is secondary movements, and I don't really feel the need to have really lots of resistance on my left hand, but I do feel like I need that resistance to maintain accuracy on my right hand. So, and I do want that kind of not the resistance, but rather the clutch feel. There's 2% Terranite. I might go for that one. Depends on whether the Terranite's spread all throughout the rock or not. 14% Terranite. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let's go ahead and get this one. So far, there's a lot that's the same as it was before for me, so I haven't had to get used to a lot. The Warthog stick offered many of the same buttons in basically the same places, so that hasn't been difficult. The feel of the gimbal is something that is totally different from the feel of the Warthog, and I can tell you right now that there is a difference between that Warthog ball and socket gimbal and this cammed gimbal. Now, I have only tried the cam that comes with it, which is this, I believe it's an Avia A or something like that. So it's an aviation gimbal. I don't feel there is a center to it, and I can feel it in there. Like when I move through the center of it, I do feel that detent there. I'm going to try the space ones, and then I'll be able to give you guys the full rundown when I do the full review. But so far, it's looking pretty good. I'm enjoying it. Feels great. If you guys would like to see more of this kind of content, where I'm doing unboxing, then you let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. I really I've had fun making this, because, you know, this is really neat to me. This is going to be really cool. I'm really excited to review this thing. So yeah, if you like this, leave a like, subscribe. It really does help my channel out. And you have a great day.